Dirt Farmer Jay here from dirtfarmerjay.com. If you don't have a jointer, but you need a straight edge on a board, there's a great new solution out in the field right now, coupled with a field table or shop table saw that'll put a straight edge on a board quickly. Stay tuned and let me tell you all about it. Hey, Dirt Farmer Jay here from dirtfarmerjay.com. Well, there's a new product available for straight edging boards called Ripeeze. Now, this is a cool tool, and you can do shop-built ones of this sort of thing, but for the quality of the tool and the price point that's been created by this micro company, I think you're going to love what you get. Now, what this does, it allows you to clamp a straight edge on a crooked board or a board that needs a straight edge applied, and then run it against the fence of your table saw, ending up with a straight edge, which you can then roll and put against the fence to get two parallel straight cuts. Well, let's walk you through this, but first, before I do, I want to tell you a little bit of the story of this. The inventor of this is Frank. Now, Frank is around my age, in his 60s or so. He's been in the construction trades for many years and is a retired Marine. So he was framing, doing all sorts of things, and later in life, he began doing custom staircases, stair building, and what he found many times in the field, you'd have a piece of stock that wasn't quite straight on the edge or came from the lumber yard, but you needed a straight edge, and instead of snapping a line and that sort of thing, he would start to clamp straight edges on it, run it through the table saw, and end up with a straight edge. Well, that was the genesis of the idea. Frank then took his idea and put it through the manufacturing process and has come up with this great tool that is really well constructed. So let me show you a couple of the features on it. The first thing is there are these adjustable blocks that slide very nicely and are very solid. But you'll notice there are some needle sharp hardened steel pins on both sides of this. Well, this is what's going to grip the wood in a few minutes here, but these, with just a little bit of pressure, you slide these. Now, when you're done with the tool each time, Frank really recommends you do that right there and close that up to get those pins so they're not out in the open, because if they get you, they'll get you good. Okay, now at the time of filming, the Ripeeze was available in a 5-foot, which is about 1.5 meters long, and a 6-foot, which is about 1.83 meters. Pricing is $72 for the 5-footer and $86 for the 6-footer. Another great feature of this tool is the end caps. And if you notice, these are rubbery. They're very substantial, very thick. They're not brittle plastic, which cheaper tools would tend to use on this. So this is a nice quality feature. That's going to help you when it's being handled in the shop and out in the field. So nice touch on that feature. One thing that Frank and Ripeeze does is he goes ahead and mills in this threaded section right here, which you can put this knob in first, like that. And then you put it into this section and screw it in. And what I would use is some thread lock. Now, this is not a handle to lock it up and down to extend the pins. The pins are stationary. But when you are running this against the saw or against the fence, this gives you a place to grip, to push it through, and to counteract the torque action of the wood as it enters the saw. So that's really just a handle that allows you, as the operator, to grab onto this fence. Well, let's go ahead and put a piece of wood into this that's got a little bit of twist in it, like what you're going to find in site conditions out in the field, as well as has an edge that's not quite straight that needs to be trued up. So let's grab a piece of wood and do that. Okay, after we put on one straight edge, we're able to flip it over, put it against the saw fence here, and end up with two beautiful straight edges that are parallel to each other. So very handy in getting that done. All right, let's talk about the Ripeeze tool itself. Just some general observations about it. One, the extrusion is very stout, so are these blocks. This is a great straight edge that gives you a reference edge to put it right up against the table saw fence. Well, there's a couple of little enhancements that I think would take this tool even to the next level. One is at the end of each extrusion that there's a hole that's drilled here, perhaps a 3/8 or 1/4 inch hole. And I would do that at both ends. That allows you to hang the tool on the wall on a nail or peg, get it out of the way and not use up floor space or being laying someplace. But there it's ready to go to work the next time you need it to straight edge a board. Secondly, the locations of the pins, if you can see right here, they're a little bit low in the block for crooked stock. So let's suppose you have something that's bananaed that you're trying to straight edge over here. Well, you get the pins in the other end in place, then this end's going to want to ride high. So that means you have to lift this manually and have the board edge hitting somewhere in the middle instead of letting this fall to its natural level along the board when it's on a flat surface. So these do have a tendency then to blow out a little bit on the bottom if you have a board that, like I said, is banana shaped. So I would suggest that these be moved up a little bit in the tapping process, and or potentially putting the third one in the middle that allows you then to have less tendency for the wood to pivot as it goes. But as I said, neither one of those disallow this from being a great tool and a great gift item to give to the woodworker or the contractor in your life that needs to straight edge board. You can go straight to ripeeze.com and purchase them right there. And tell them Dirt Farmer Jay sent you. We don't get a rebate on any of this. It's our pleasure to find great tools like this and put them out there for you to make use of as well. You know something else a lot of people struggle with, whether it's in the shop or in the home? That's getting the right AC adapter for their devices. Well, check out this video over here where we'll show you exactly the steps to identify what you need for your specific device so that it is kept safe and it performs perfectly. And while you're at it, check out this other video that we made for you as well that we know will be of interest to you. And until the next time, this is Dirt Farmer Jay from dirtfarmerjay.com.